thing seriously. I'm not. But this day and age, like, is there a way we can test for, like, I don't know, stupidity running rampant and not let these people breed? Can we, like, do forced sterilizations? I know that's bad generally, but come on now. I mean, shit.
You should have to take your SATs.
And I'm only talking about, right, like, you should have to pass certain tests to even be allowed to, like, procreate. You know? Like, seriously, stop it. Stop breeding.
You have to take a parenting test. What do you think of this? You are not allowed to breed.
Right, exactly. Like, man. Just saying.
Have a child, it'll cost
And
$1
what's
million.
bad is that it's such a terrible way to have to feel, you know? It's like, back in the day, we would fight against eugenics, and we would fight against people saying whether you could or couldn't have kids, and now we're sitting here going, can we please regulate this shit? Because it is rampant.
Exactly.
It's gotta stop.
I think part of, I mean, I'm not serious when I say it. I'm trying to wake people up, but I honestly do wonder if it is our school systems failing people, because they really are they got no clue.
It absolutely is.
The educational system here sucks. Bad.
Yeah, I think that people are handicapped. No, they're fucking retarded. Remember that one guy said, I would beat anybody up that really said that, you know what I mean? That really
exactly. Was. The true form of what a retarded person is what we are dealing with in mass.
You're a fucking idiot is what you are. And I don't understand you. I have too much common sense to be able to deal with your ass. Okay, so listen. I have 3 neighbors all the way around me. One neighbor is a Hispanic couple that started to fuck with me a little bit, realized I probably wasn't the right person, and backed off. You know what I mean? And then I had my backyard neighbor who, she's got these 2 fucking yippy ass pieces of shit dogs that she sits on her ass in her backyard and doesn't tell them to shut up. Now listen, we are in a smaller community. I know dogs bark. But if I'm out there fucking chasing Maya around telling them to shut up, don't you think you should probably do the same? Because we can train our dogs not to bark at each other. We really can. They're like kids. You know? You have to go out there and fucking train them. So, anyway, this morning she let her dogs out. Well, they're barking at mine. I'm trying to feed mine. I feed mine outside because they're messy. Okay, so I'm trying to feed mine, and they're fucking out there barking. Mine's eating, so he's not paying any attention to it. But they're barking at him while he's eating the whole time. Finally, my dog gets pissed off, runs back there, and he's a hound, so he's like, "Brrr!" And it's loud as fuck.
Lord.
You know? So I run out there, and I'm like, get your ass in the house, blah, blah, blah. I was bitter, that I had to freaking go deal with this. So I told him to get in the house. He comes in the house because he knows better. I don't beat my dogs, but I will spray them down with water, and they don't like it. And I put basil in it, so they fucking hate it. So, I'm out there with my little spray can. Get your ass in the house. And Bobby's like, fuck that, I'm in. You know what I mean? I ain't dealing with that
Don't
shit.
spray me, Mom. Don't spray me.
Don't spray me, Mama. I'm done. But anyway, so, she obviously knows I need to let my dogs out because they're awake. Well, what do dogs have to do in the morning when they get up? They have to fucking pee and poop. Just like you do. So and she let hers out after mine was already out. So I was a bitch. And I let both of my hounds out at the same time. And the little fuckers were out there yipping, and I left them out there for probably about 3 or 4 minutes and just let them bark over the fence. Well, finally, she got fucking tired because I had to clean up a poop mess in here because my dogs had to go. And she wouldn't do anything. She wouldn't stop the madness, So I let them out, and she was pissed. And I walked out there and told them all to stop and told them to get away from the fence, and I sat there and watched them go poop and pee and stuff like that, but she was already taking hers in. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, lady. You have to train your dogs. I don't care how small they are. They're still dogs. You still have to fucking train them. But what she does is she blames me for everything. Like I'm the problem. Okay. This is what I mean about no common sense. You can't,
I agree, because
you can't fucking blame me for something. You're sitting on your fat ass smoking a cigarette out in your backyard, letting your dogs bark. I'm not the problem here. I'm trying to train my dogs to stay the fuck out of your way. You're doing nothing to help the situation. How am I the fucking problem?
exactly, because I can agree with that to a T, just because of the fact that my neighbor out back has 2 dogs, a boxer, a pit, and a pug. And I'm sorry, but they let their dogs run loose. Now, what I have an issue with is I don't care that they let their dogs just run loose, because everybody here in my neighborhood that has a dog, their dog just goes out and does what it wants. We don't tell them, but they know their boundaries. Right. These dogs were brought in, weren't taught their boundaries, so now you have these dogs that are walking on everybody else's property and shitting on their porches. Not in their yards, on their porches.
Yeah, I'd be better.
And then not only that, but there are one of which, not the pug, the bigger one, the pit, is actually attacking everybody else's family pets. My brother's dog got attacked. Now, and I'm probably going to catch flack for this, but I don't give a fuck. Ever since I heard about it and I seen it firsthand, I have a little cheap, generic-ass fucking airsoft BB gun with a pistol. I've been shooting this fucking dog in the ass.
Oh, that's what we do out here in the country when we get stray dogs and shit. That's the nicest way we can keep them away from ours,
Okay. As much as I think that that's fucking funny, we got to remember it's not the dog's fault.
No,
it's the owner's fault.
It is. But this is my way of being able, because I've yelled at the dog at first, didn't work. I would chase the dog, which isn't very easy for me to do, especially with how big my fucking property is.
Right.
So my alternative is to shoot him in the ass with the fucking the airsoft pistol. I mean,
yeah, but sometimes that shit gets stuck in their ass, and then the dog's paying for it.
Like right in the ass, and these things are so soft. I could shoot somebody at point blank, and it's like a bee sting. It pops right off your skin. It doesn't go.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, not like the CO2 charged one.
Okay, my bad. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no. I knew what you meant.
My bad, homie.
It's not as strong as what, because it's like very first time, like when they first came out with these things. Yeah. But the bullet's so sensitive that it doesn't break skin, it doesn't leave a welt. It just it feels like a pinprick or a small bee sting or something. It's not heavy or hard.
So dog gets the fuck out of your yard. There's nothing wrong with that.
And that's why I use it. And I've already told my neighbor with her cats, because she's a cat lady. She's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I posted videos of her walking her trash can up the fucking driveway. Yeah, we won't go there. I already went there once. Cat lady, okay? And she's got probably, I would say, 8 cats. Her cats come over and crawl all over my brand new cars and truck, but not her car. I'm like, no, fuck that. So I started shooting those bastards too. Fuck them all. I'm just saying.
Okay, so check this out. You guys, then after that, well, before that incident with my neighbor, we've been dealing with this for forever with my fucking backdoor neighbor, and she thinks that I'm the problem. And I'm like the type of person, I will leave you alone. If you leave me the fuck alone, I will leave you the fuck alone. Okay? But she wants to talk shit. Because I'm out back listening to her, and she's talking shit to her friends. Blaming me for everything. And I'm like, okay, I got your fucking... I got your number now. I know how to deal with you now. Keep that shit up. Harass me. See what happens to you. You know what I mean? And... But then I had my next door neighbor on the other side of me, because they don't like what I have to say. Because I'll go sit outside, smoke my cigarette, and talk, do my shows and stuff like that. So they don't like my conversations. They don't like what I'm fucking saying. So they're automatically already pissed off at me, like I give a fuck.
Just don't walk outside and yell at your earmuffs.
Huh?
Just start walking outside and yell earmuffs.
Well, this is what happened. So I'm out there talking to my child. I got him on speaker because I don't like to have the phone next to my head all the time, and I couldn't find my earbuds, And anyway, so I'm out there. I got him on speaker. I'm sitting there. It's in the evening time, drinking a glass of wine, talking to my kid. And we're talking about politics, parenting. I mean, just about everything, because I talk about my kid. I talk with my kid about everything. It's important that they learn your perspective. So anyway, she screams from over the fence. She goes, this was awesome. It'd be nice if it was quiet out here. And I'm thinking, you passive-aggressive bitch. So I yelled back at her. I'm like, it's my backyard, And she said something else I don't even fucking remember. So it's right around the holidays. So when I have a Christian that treats me like shit, I love to shove their religion in their face. I'm sorry, guys, my bad homies, but if you're going to not act like a Christian, I'm going to tell you. So anyway, I said, Merry Christmas! Huh?
I could talk on that one for a second, because
look, I'm a Christian, and I completely agree with you.
I do too.
Yeah. So I yelled at her, Merry Christmas, and all I heard was the sliding glass door slam, and I was like, bye, bitch!
See, I agree with you. I mean, you can't sit there and proclaim yourself to be a Christian when you're going to sit and talk shit about somebody behind their back. And I had this happen to me here within the last week. And I'm pretty sure that they listened to the show, because that's how I found out some information. And I'm just going to say this. If you're going to talk shit about me behind my back and yet claim you're a Christian, why don't you come to my house, and you know where I live, and say shit to my face. Don't say it behind my back.
I also told my son, who was like, oh my God, she yelled at you for talking to me on the phone. And I said, yeah, honey, I wasn't even talking as loud as I normally can. He goes, I know. Because I got one of those NCO voices. I project. Yeah, I can't help it. Buddy. And so, my son was like, I know. And I was like, you know what? I said, she's real tough across the fence, honey, but she ain't coming over here. I can assure you that. She won't come over here and say that to my face. She's a fucking coward. And that's what I'm trying to say, Randall. Those people are fucking cowards, Ghost. I don't even know if they're worth their time.
They're not. I mean, honestly, if somebody's going to sit and talk shit about you behind your back and not say it to your face, then, but they want to sit and preach Christianness, God and religion and all this and that.
Well, she put all her holiday shit out. To me, if you're going to fucking celebrate Christmas and you put all your decorations up and you do all that stuff and, you say you're a Christian, I don't give a fuck if you say you're a good Christian or not. Are you a Christian? Then start acting like Jesus would, because that's the teachings you're supposed to follow. And by the way, I think Jesus Christ was probably one of the most wonderful men that ever walked the planet. I give the man props.
I agree. And my take on it is, there's I can't remember the exact saying, but it has something to do with casting the first stone.
Right.
You want to throw rocks, but you want to claim to be a Christian. Right. I'm not attacking anybody, and I haven't attacked anybody. I've tried to keep to myself, but I keep hearing these little, remarks keep popping up about me from the other end of things, and it's like, I'm not saying anything, and I'm getting attacked. What the fuck? Don't project yourself to be, Mr. church-going Christian guy, and then talk shit about people and, talk bad about them behind their back. It's not the way the fucking shit works.
You want to work out an issue? Go to that person and work the fucking issue out.
Exactly.
That's right.
I was called a drama starter and a fucking backstabber and all kinds of shit. I'm like, well, I didn't stab anybody in the back, first of all. Second of all, I haven't started fucking shit because I keep to myself.
Mm-hmm. I do too. That's the fucking funny part, is I keep to myself. But they come out. But they don't like what we have to say. They don't like that we expect them to act like adults. That's their problem. I'm being real here.
No, I agree. And everybody has their way of viewing things, see things, and that's fine. Everybody, they're entitled to that, and I have no problem with that. But at the same time, like, everybody has their way of doing it. So you have your way, I have my way.
Yeah.
We may not agree, but you don't have to attack me just because I don't see your way of doing